Hey, what's up? It's Intrigue. This is part 2 of my Halo 101 series. It's been a long time coming, sorry, but I am back and I'm here to give you the knowledge you need to give you that edge in your Halo gameplay. So, in the first video, we talked about controller settings and sensitivity. It's kind of like a 10-minute video, but that's like really important. Like, those two things, take time to figure out. So, next up, we're going to talk about map knowledge. Number 3 thing you need to know is map knowledge. So this is huge. This is something that is really important and it takes a lot of playing. Like you really just have to play a lot to really get your maps down. And we're talking competitive maps here. Don't worry so much about, maps that aren't included in the, HCS or whatever. Like you want to focus on the core maps. So first things first, on each map, there are certain places you should be and certain places you shouldn't ever be. um, these are things you kind of learn through playing. Like if you keep going to a certain spot and you keep dying, it'd probably be a good idea to maybe stop taking that route and try a different route. Honestly, one of the easiest ways to figure this out is to watch pros play. Watch their streams and see what routes they take. For most people, when they start off the break, you pretty much go, I mean, maybe not every single time, but you kind of go the same way when you're practicing, especially in matchmaking. So, like, if you're in Coliseum and you're like, I always go sniper, or I always go rocket side, or, but everyone knows you don't just go to bridge. You don't just run onto the bridge on Coliseum. Those are some examples for you. Um, you should also really be aware of little things, little hiccups, meaning like, oh man, I haven't played in a while. But just like kind of like ledges and things. Like let's say you're in a BR fight and you're like shooting and you're backing up. You don't want to back up into anything. You need to know exactly where you are. You need to be able to know if you need to step to the left a little bit or step to the right a little bit without turning behind you because you're in the middle of a gunfight. This is something you have to learn through practice and just knowing where these little things are. On Fathom, I think that's what it's called, it's been a while. On Fathom, up on top on the bridge, this happens a lot at the beginning, but I learned my lesson is that you're in the middle of a, pistol fight or whatever, and you try to like back off of the bridge, but there's actually like a little baby ledge on that bridge, so you have to jump. You can't just, back off, so you'll end up dying if you don't know that. So it's really important to know. Also, make sure you know like little nooks and crannies of where people could be hiding, like on Fathom in that little hole right there, like someone could be hiding there, as well as up in that little window on Fathom. And you should know how to get there through clambering up and getting to that window. These are things you should know. Every map has little things like this. There's also the auto stabilize jump where you zoom in, auto stabilize to reach ledges that you can't normally reach from just jumping. That is really important to know how to do. I'll probably show you how to do that in a minute here. So you should definitely know all these little places because that gives you a huge advantage. My favorite, Plaza, and God, I have not played this game in so long. What is that room called with the shotgun and the whatever? When you want to jump up and auto stabilize on that ledge, it's way easier than having to go all the way around through the hallway and past the light rifle to get around, or having to go through cafe. Like you want to just be able to auto stabilize, get up there on the plaza ledge, and you have the advantage. You can see pretty much the whole map from there. What else do you need to know about these maps? So another thing that's important to know on maps are lines of sight. Meaning when you, this is I should probably tell you this. When you're playing Halo, you're never really looking for a 1v1. That's not the goal here. You don't just go looking for someone to have a pistol battle with. You want to be able to get the advantage and be able to see them before they see you. So each map has certain spots of lines of sight, especially when you have the sniper. You can if you're standing in the perfect position, you can have like a little tiny crack this big where you can see all the way across the map and snipe someone. I'm not going to tell you where these things are, I'm just telling you that you need to know them. Maybe if you guys want, if you request that, I can make a video showing you these things. But on every map there are these types of lines of sight, and it's really important to know them. Map knowledge. What else? You should also know things like where to hold the sniper on certain maps. Kind of like a lot of people in Plaza like to hold it on snipe. I personally don't like holding it there. I like to move it around on that map. Actually, that's a bad example then. But let's say something like Coliseum. You should definitely like in the cave, like red cave. You can see their cave. You can see like a little bit of their slide. You can see top mid. Like you want to have a good advantage, but you want to be somewhere where you can easily hide, duck in and out. So when it comes to map knowledge as well, one of the like most important things is to just be able to predict. Prediction is everything in Halo. You should be able to predict where people are going because you know that they know where they shouldn't be or where they should be. And once you all have this knowledge, that is the game of chess that is Halo. It's like, where are they gonna move? So where should I move based on where I think they're gonna move? And it's just this constant rotation. So you really gotta take your time and play a lot. Try things. Try different off the breaks. Like try different ways. You know, like try going this way. Try going that way. Try doing this. Try mixing things up. It's really important because a starting strat can ruin a game or make a game easily, and it's all about knowing your map. Um, and actually aren't that many maps. I feel like there's only like 5, right? It's really easy, like really easy to learn. um, but yeah, I would say if you really want to be really good, you should be able to walk backwards through the entire map without hitting anything. I'm not even joking you. You should be able to walk backwards through the whole map and not hit a single thing. There you go. That's a stamp of approval tip from me. Walk backwards. Um, and of course callouts, which we're gonna get to that later. I'll talk about that later. Sorry, this is kind of vague. I haven't done this in a while, but weapons. The next thing you need to know, number 4, is weapons. So I'm frustrated already. I haven't even started talking about this. Certain weapons are for certain things, especially I think in Halo 5. You really need to use the weapon for what it was made for. And I mean, of course, you could, no scope someone from 2 feet away, but I'm saying it might be smarter to pull out an AR. I'm just saying, like, you really should think about these things. Um, so as far as weapon knowledge goes, the first thing you need to know is power weapons. What power weapons spawn on each map? Where do they spawn? What time do they spawn? Which, oh my god, Halo 5 made this so fucking easy. Like, they tell you, 2 minutes to rockets, 30 seconds. It's like, really? Wow, way to make this easy on us. So it really shouldn't be that hard for you to figure it out. But you should also know things like how much ammo is in each weapon. So like rockets, there are only 4 rockets. And you should know that if you pop off those first 2, and you don't reload them, you need to, let people know, hey, rockets are dirty. Oh, that's callouts. But anyways, you should know how long it takes to reload because you got to calculate these things in your head. It's like, should I reload or should I just say fuck using my rockets, switch to, my pistol or BR or whatever, and try to get, win this shooting battle. Because if you try to reload, you're probably going to get killed. They're going to pick up the rockets. They're dirty. And they're going to try to reload the rockets. And maybe if you have a good enough teammate, they'll come and kill them and the rockets. And the rockets are still going to be dirty. And it's just this constant battle of everyone trying to pick up the rockets. And they have no ammo in it. When I think you could just, try to kill them with your pistol. They're dead. Then you reload. And you keep on your rocket rampage thingy. So there are different weapons and each weapon has like a certain amount of time they spawn. Power weapons is usually 2 minutes. But then there are things that are a little bit more difficult, such as like shotgun, where it depends on when it is dropped. Oh god, I don't even fucking remember. I feel like I think it's 30 seconds after you drop shotgun, it'll respawn again. Is that right? 35 seconds, something like that. God, I don't remember. Okay, I obviously need to brush up on my Halo knowledge. But you do need to know these things because you can't just guess because someone out there's always that one try-hard person who has the shotgun timer in their head. Or like, 10 seconds of shotgun, you guys. I'm going to get the shotgun. We got 10 seconds. Like, I know it. I saw it get dropped. Anywho. Then there are weapons like BR and like DMR. Those spawn every I don't remember. I don't fucking remember. There are YouTube videos, other people who do the perfect exact weapon times when all these things spawn. But you need to know this. It's very important, especially if you're someone who's like, man, fuck the pistol. Pistol so blah blah blah, I need a BR. Well, first off, on your opening strat, you can make it a point to include a BR somewhere in your route. And you also need to time these things to make sure that you're not like, damn it, there's never a BR there. Someone's always taking it. So you can, time it so you know when to get it. Another thing you need to know about weapons is how long it takes for each weapon to kill someone, okay? This is really important because kill times, okay. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example here. Like carbine. A carbine versus a BR, obviously the BR has the upper hand because it has a shorter kill time. Meaning that if you perfectly kill someone with the perfect amount of shots with a carbine versus a BR, the BR will always win. But if you're just better than that person, of course you could win it. But you should know this just in case this could factor in whether or not you're going to even try to get engaged in this battle with this person. It's also important to know what range these weapons are good at, because something like AR is really good at close to mid range, but if you're like long range ARing someone, it's like, okay, you might get a bullet off, but maybe you should try switching to, your DMR. Which DMR, it may be great at long ranges, but if you're like 2 feet away from someone, like I'm talking, the knockback's crazy. You're gonna be like trying to shoot them, and you're just gonna basically outline them. So these are some of the things to think about and realize, is that each weapon has a different purpose, and if you use these weapons for their purpose, it'll really give you that upper hand and give you that advantage that you're looking for. And that also, this I'm going to really make this important, is that you have to learn how to use, listen to me, you have to learn how to use every single weapon in this game. All of them. I'm talking great plasma pistol, plasma caster, fuel rod cannon. I don't give a fuck. AR, needler. You need to be able to use them all. Because if you don't use it, someone else will, and you're going to be pissed off when you die to a needler. Trust me, it happens. So just make sure you know how to use them, because if you don't use them, someone else will. That's like my number one rule. Is like, people get mad at me for using the green gun. I'm like, yay, it's on the map. You could have picked it up. But you definitely need to know how to use them all. I'm not going to go into it. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this short. But you definitely need to know how to use these weapons, and how, how the bullets track with the needler, so you know how to get kill, when you should go for the kill, when you shouldn't. Once again, the range, how fast it kills someone. Because there are weapons like I think I've already talked about plasma pistol enough. That's my shit. Like, you just fucking I just keep it charged, and you can switch weapons, cancel it, and just keep it charged, and right around the corner, pot, kill someone instantly. I don't even fucking care if it's a gimmick. I'm here to win, okay? And it's on the map, so I'm gonna use it. It's definitely important to know how to use things like fuel rod and even the Hydra. Like, if you ever have to pick these up, you don't want to have to be that person who's like, I don't know what I'm doing with this Hydra. Like, just learn how to use it. Just have fun with it in matchmaking, so you know what to do with this weapon when the time comes. That goes for rockets and sniper too. Everyone thinks they know how to use rockets and sniper, but I'm like, but really though, do you really know how to use a sniper, or are you just, you just bullshitting? So really take the time to learn how to use these weapons. Everyone's different, so you gotta kind of find your own groove and how you like to use these things. Yeah, but weapons are like really important, because it's not always about the pistol. You might be starting with the pistol, but there are so many weapons on these maps that it's really important to know what to use. The last thing I'm talking about with weapons is comboing, meaning you have 2 slots to hold weapons, right? 2 slots. You want to maximize your usage, and you don't want to ever put yourself in a situation where you don't have a weapon for every situation. Does that make sense? Meaning, like, if you have a sniper, you probably don't want to just have a sniper and a DMR. I mean, I guess you could be fine. I mean, as long as no one comes up to you like 2 feet away, kind of screwed. Unless you're just fucking OG thug life, and you just no scope them in the face, or you just DMR, just whatever. But you really don't want to put yourself in that situation. Same thing, you don't want like a shotgun and an SMG. It's like you can't make any, long range shots. And so you're the one to make sure that when you pick up a weapon, you got to really think hard about which weapon you're going to drop. Or you don't want to think too hard about it. You should already have this in your head. Meaning, like, I know if I'm going to pick up BR, I'm going to drop my pistol, not my AR. Because close range, I like to be able to just AR someone. If I'm going to pick up my SMG, I'm not going to drop my pistol. I would rather drop my AR. Because I already have, automatic, long distance. This also goes for power weapons. So, alright, and thanks for watching. Sorry I kind of just cut myself off there. I was getting way too carried away. I could talk about this forever. Weapons and map knowledge are really important to your Halo gameplay. Like, it's so important, and it's something that takes a lot of time to learn. In the next video, the final video, I'll be talking about your shot, callouts, small talk, and the difference between the two, and of course your attitude. I will get to that in the next video. Please click the subscriber button if you can. We'll try to put out some more Halo related videos and vlogs and such. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
I manipulate bars like my name is Magneto, pulling my pistol rapido like a fucking bandito. If my ass is on the line, I won't miss Shaq free throw. Mad evil, say goodnight to the bad guy. Kill a pig, give him wings, watch the bacon fat fly. That's right, apathetic and indifferent. Deliberate deliverance of every sentence, so every syllable is significant. Better listen in, or I'll make you pay attention like a script of riddling. Bitch, I get it in.